So we've talked about a couple common defenses, but the one I see the most is when people lock their hands behind my hips. All right, so they get to here. So if I move, I can maybe get to a triangle. The first way we talked about this, but the hand lock together is significantly different than just the arm on the side. Okay, this really gives her a heavy shoulder drop and good posture. Okay, so right now we have an inside lock triangle. I'm locked over the inside shoulder. This is a great strangle, but it's not very good for arm locks unless we go to that limp leg position, right? When I move to the outside lock triangle, now we have better access to the arm, right? So if I try to reach her right arm from here, it's kind of behind me, it's hard. The second I switch my triangle, now I can see it, okay? And so I want to break this grip and get back to a triangle, but there's a couple arm locks on the way that I like to do. And so the first one is going to be a Kimura, but it's not going to be a traditional Kimura. I don't like to get to a figure four Kimura. This one's going to be a different grip. And so I got to get my hand on top of her arm, and I want to get my elbow pit to her elbow pit right here, okay? And so I'm going to bridge up. I put my heels down, hips up. I put my hand right in my butt crack, because even if she's really tight to me, I still have a gap that I can kind of fit down that little crevice, right? And I credit card myself, and I get my hand all the way elbow to elbow. All right, I've got to get here. It can't be too shallow. So I'm going to keep moving until I'm all the way deep. And then from here, I go to a gable grip. I bring my elbows down to my hips. I start breaking her grip, okay? If I relax my head and my shoulder, she can straighten her arm, which is okay for the next step. But for now, I want to keep crunched so she has a hard time straightening her arm, okay? My grip options from here are keep the gable grip, or I move rear naked choke grip, all right? So I got to be a nice tight crunch from here. The big deal is if I separate my hands from my face to break the grip, then I'm going to move without gaining tension. So if I do this, I get nothing on her hand, right? So my upper body becomes a clamp, nice and tight. My legs are going to drive away from her until the grip breaks, okay? So right here, she wants to try to straighten her arm, so I'm shrugging forward to keep her from doing that. I can even move this hand down like this. Sorry, I'm squeezing really hard. I'm sorry, guys. So then all I'm going to do is try to strangle her, try to pull her arm off her body, and then rotate slightly to finish it. All right? Oftentimes, this finish happens before they let go of the break, right? So they have their hands together. Once I go to this credit card and I get to here, she knows that I'm under so much tension that if her grip breaks, the arm's going to spin. So I find most guys will get to their almost grip break and they go tap right there, because they know that the risk is so high of me breaking the grip, okay? So credit card, gable grip is okay. The problem with the gable grip is I'm real susceptible to doing this with a gable grip, okay? But rear naked choke kind of solves that problem by keeping my face down close to her. And it's out on the upper arm bone pressure first by driving my legs away from her. I'm squeezing, and I'm going to slightly rotate as I crunch forward. Okay? It should be really, really bad the whole way through.